Welcome back to another episode of In Swine Versation, resistant starches and getting piglets off to a good start. Today we welcome business development specialist Carla Shabaga to talk everything gut health and how it helps producers. Welcome, Carla.
Welcome. Good morning, Jim.
Can you give me your background personally and a brief description of the company you work for, MSP?
Absolutely. So MSPRS resistant starch is a prebiotic that has been manufactured in Carberry, Manitoba since 2002. So for 20 years now. It's a fine white powder derived from potatoes that feed the friendly bacteria in the gut microbiome. MSPRS is used extensively across North America by swine producers to manage gut health and reduce scours in their operations. I've been with MSP since 2019 as the business development specialist. I work directly with our partners to educate them on the benefits of resistant starch and how it can help improve production in their operations. I also educate and support the sales efforts with our distributors across North America. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry with a minor in animal science. And I really started my career out selling vet pharmaceuticals and supplies. I traveled across Saskatchewan and Manitoba calling on vet practices, both large and small. And it was here that I really developed a passion for working with livestock. I worked for many years discussing colostrum management with veterinarians and dairy producers as a way to manage gut health in calves. And now I enjoy working with our partners to educate them on the benefits of resistant starch, showing them how MSPRS can improve the health of their animals.
So I know in the swine industry, it's always continuing education, and one of the most important factors is gut health. So can you talk about the difference it actually does make for the animal?
Absolutely. So when we're speaking about gut health, a lot of people refer to that as the friendly bacteria that reside in the gut microbiome. And these little friendly bacteria that reside in the microbiome actually help support different processes in the body. They keep things running smoothly. When a pig is born, their gut microbial system is really immature, but it tends to become developed very quickly. There are trillions of bacteria all over the place. Piglets will pick up gut microbes from their mother initially, and then from the environment and even from each other. So I want you to imagine, really, there are three different types of bacteria that an animal can pick up. There's the friendly bacteria, and as I mentioned, they're the ones that help to keep things running smoothly. And I really like to think of them as defenders of the intestinal environment. They defend the environment in part against the second type of bacteria that there are, the bad bacteria or the pathogenic bacteria. These are the ones that, if they do get into the animal's system, can make the animal very, very sick. And the third type of bacteria an animal can pick up are called commensal. They neither hurt nor help the animal. And I like to think of these ones as bystanders or spectators. The gut microbes that an animal picks up early on really sets a stage for the animal's health and development, future health, gut health and development. So it's really important to get these friendly bacteria established early on.
Is that all part of healthy flora?
It's all part of the healthy flora, yes. That's usually the friendly bacteria are what healthy flora means. People are referring to the friendly bacteria.
And we hear a lot about probiotics. And what is the difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic?
Well, a probiotic really are the friendly bacteria that reside in the gut microbiome. These are the little friendly bacteria that help to support good health by keeping the environment working smoothly and defending the intestinal environment from pathogenic bacteria. These little friendly bacteria produce different metabolites that support gut health and keep animals healthy. Prebiotics are simply food for these friendly bacteria. Prebiotics will feed the friendly bacteria to ensure that they're able to build a large, strong community.
So let's focus on your product specifically, Carla. Can you tell us a little bit about it and how it was developed?
Absolutely. Um, First, I'll go over the benefits of our product, and then I'll go into a little bit about how it was developed. So, MSPRS resistant starch is a fine white powder derived from potatoes. It's super palatable, and animals really tend to like the taste of it. As a prebiotic, resistant starch is resistant to digestion in the stomach and is instead digested by the friendly bacteria in the gut microbiome. MSPRS feeds the healthy gut microbes, ensuring that they can build a large, strong community of the friendly bacteria. And this is really important to the overall health of the animal. These friendly bacteria play several different roles. They physically take up space in the gut microbiome to crowd out pathogens. It's called competitive exclusion. If there's a large, healthy community of bacteria, they take up all the available space and they use up all the available resources, making it difficult for bad bacteria to grow. They also produce metabolites that reduce the pH in the colon, also resulting in an unfavorable environment for pathogens. The metabolites they produce are called short chain fatty acids, and these include propionate, acetate, and butyrate. Butyrate, in particular, goes on to fuel the cells that line the colon. And these cells are important because they actually produce mucus that also help to trap pathogens as a first line of defense. So MSPRS feeds and develops a friendly bacteria, which defend the intestinal environment in layers from bad bacteria and really keeps piglets healthier. The product was developed, the company is owned by two brothers, Derek and Earl McLaren, who were potato producers in southern Manitoba. In the early 2000s, they purchased a starch drying facility that was right next door to a potato manufacturer. At the time, research was coming out on the impact of the gut microbial ecosystem and what impact that system has on the overall health of the animals. But in particular, they were researching the benefits of resistant starch. The two brothers at that point developed a technology to extract a high quality resistant starch as a co-product of the potato manufacturing process. The two brothers were armed with the knowledge that resistant starch had a benefit on the gut health of an animal and decided to bring the product to some local hog barns. The producers tried the product and found it to be a very valuable intervention for scours, and word spread. And now the product is sold to swine producers across North America as an effective option to reduce scours. And there's been countless studies demonstrating the effectiveness at managing the gut microbial system and mitigating the challenges associated with scours.
We'll get to the video in a second, but how can they buy the product? Is it through distributors?
If anyone is interested in buying the product, they can go to our website at www.msprezistantstarch.com. My contact information is listed on the website, or they can check out our distributor page and see if there's a distributor near them.
So when we talk about, how do you use the product? Do the pigs like the product? We've got a short little video here that we can play, and you can feel free to give any feedback from this.
This is a great video. One of our producers sent this to us, illustrating that the piglets like the product. They simply sprinkled it on the mat in the farrowing crate. So start early, stay healthy.
So with the video, we've also got a couple of presentations to show that you wanted to review here as well.
So this is actually a study that was done in 2021. It was a challenge trial with Brachyspira H, which is one of the pathogens associated with swine dysentery. So the trial was set up infecting all the animals, and they gave varying degrees of MSPRS resistant starch. So what they wanted to see is if it reduced the clinical signs of the disease. So the top line is the lowly fermentable diet with no resistant starch in it. And as you can see, almost all the piglets in this first line showed clinical signs of the disease. In the second one, they added a little bit of resistant starch to the diet. And as you can see, only about just under half of the animals showed clinical signs. And in the last one, they added more MSPRS. And out of the whole group, only 2 of these animals got sick. And the 2 that did get sick tended to recover quicker than all the other groups. So this was a great trial showing the benefits of MSPRS with Brachyspira H.
It's a great visual. I know we've got a second one right here as well.
This is another great study. So this study was done in 2022, and it was also a challenge trial. Salmonella is a pathogen that can easily infect humans and make them really sick. And a lot of people that work in pig barns actually do pick it up. Salmonella tends to hide in the intestines of pigs without making them sick. So this trial was set up where all the pigs were challenged with salmonella, and they tried it out with different types of products, including MSPRS resistant starch. So the green line is the control with nothing in it. The blue one is MSPRS. FAM are fatty acids, and RCS is resistant cornstarch. And as you can see, swine shed salmonella in their feces. And when they did the test to see how much salmonella had shed, they found that MSPRS was actually a viable option to reduce salmonella shedding. It did the best out of all 3 of these products they tried it against.
Now, thanks for going through that with us, Carla.
Absolutely. It's
Now,
exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting research.
we'll go from exciting research to critical thoughts. So can
Critical
you, yeah, if you can provide a brief pointer note on how your product applies to these 3 types of people in the industry: a producer, a vet, and a swine nutritionist.
Well, a critical thought for a pork producer would be to start early, stay healthy, get those friendly bacteria established in the gut early on, and continue to maintain the friendly bacteria by continuing to feed them a low dose of MSPRS. You can also give MSPRS during times of stress. Of course, weaning is a very stressful time for animals, and MSPRS will help to mitigate the challenges associated with weaning, or you can even give a little extra if animals are scouring. The animals will recover faster with fewer setbacks. For a veterinarian, using MSPRS when there is a scour challenge, particularly if it's related to pathogens like Brachyspira or even E. coli, can help to reduce using antibiotics. Using MSPRS has been demonstrated to reduce the clinical signs of disease, and piglets recover faster. For a swine nutritionist, including a low dose of MSPRS in the diet by reducing the insoluble fiber and including MSPRS as that low dose will help to manage the microbes in the gut microbiome. That will ensure that the friendly bacteria have what they need to build a large, strong community and help to keep the animal healthy.
Final word or take-home message, Carla?
Absolutely. Start early, stay healthy. Manage the gut microbial ecosystem early on to help improve performance, save you money, and to keep piglets healthy starting on the very first day.
Well, Carla Shabaga, thank you for joining us today on Swine TV.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me here.